I still have the cord.
To plug it in?
Yes, it was an electric stove. She got it in 1928 when she was 4.
Wow. No way.
I know, isn't that something?
Yes.
My dad unfortunately painted it. So, before we start, let's separate the eggs.
All right.
That takes some doing, and you just put this guy on there. It's a handy dandy Tupperware thing I've had forever.
Super cool.
See, and then it falls through. It's supposed to, but they're a little cold still. The only reason they're refrigerated in this country is because they wash off the protective thing that is on the eggs when they're laid.
Mm-hmm. So what are we making, Jerry?
We are making Danish Aebleskiver.
Right. That's what I chose out of Jerry's cookbook. She has a couple cookbooks.
And I learned to make them from my mother-in-law, who was 100% Danish.
I'm so excited about this. And then I was messing with tradition and didn't get grape jelly. And that wasn't a good idea. So I got grape jelly on the way here to fix that. Oh my goodness.
So far so good. Sometimes the eggs don't like to cooperate, but this is perfect. They're cooperating, and because if we get a yolk in there, then it's not going to work.
Okay. Well, what I liked about the recipe when I was looking through your book is it's very little ingredients.
Right.
And I love that.
Now, my mother-in-law had a hissy fit when I wanted to make them with Bisquick, because that's not the traditional way.
Right.
But they come out exactly the same, and my sister-in-law had given me the recipe making them with Bisquick, and they are very much easier.
So did your mother-in-law ever taste the Bisquick one and know the difference? Or?
Not that I made. She may have tasted the ones my sister-in-law made.
Okay.
And I doubt if my sister-in-law told her that she made them with Bisquick,
so she didn't even know the difference.
She may not have known the difference if she had probably seen the recipe. Well, this one's being really stubborn. She had seen the recipe and thought, "Oh no, goodness!"
I like how it hooks onto the side.
That's a good old Tupperware. This is very old. I sold Tupperware years ago, and this was in my kit. So now we are going to...
I would say it's a must-have for bakers.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If you can still find them.
Yeah.
Now we're going to whip these just until they are stiff. And you want to make sure you get nothing else in. You don't want to get any yolk in it because they will not whip up. So it's the same as if you're making meringue for a lemon meringue pie. Mm-hmm. This is, except you would put some powdered sugar in them. This has no sugar. There is no added sugar in Aebleskiver. So we just whip these up. And you can put a few grains of salt in your egg whites. It supposedly whips them up faster.
Oh.
I don't know if that is actually true, but these are doing okay. They're coming to, they whip faster if they are room temperature. Not quite done that because the peaks are falling, so a little bit more. They're just about ready. They're starting to come up into peaks. See that?
Oh yeah, and then it didn't fall.
Yep.
Okay.
And it didn't fall, so
that's good.
So now take our eggs. Now we're supposed to put our milk in next. You don't need to be whipped up, just so that the eggs are all incorporated into the milk.
So this is 5 egg yolks and 3/4 cup milk.
Right. Okay, now we're going to put in the 2 cups of Bisquick. This is not the easiest way to do Bisquick, but...
At least it's the extra large box.
Yep. So you just kind of get in there with your hands and scoop it up and then level it off. And there's one. It's okay to get in there with your hands because they're going to be cooked and
Yeah.
my hands are clean, so. Okay. Okay, and that is all you do with that. You mix it up real good. You can also use the beaters. You can use the mixer, but a whisk will work just as well. Just make sure everything's, all your lumps in your Bisquick are punched out because you can't really hurt the batter. After you put the egg whites in, that's when you have to be careful with the batter. Spatula. This is the secret to, I'm going to bring this down here because there's better light.
Oh, definitely. I love how you think.
We're going to put the egg whites carefully, and they'll just slide right out of a stainless steel bowl.
Okay.
And this is the important part. You don't use a mixer or a whisk with egg whites. Now you're going to fold. A flat spatula, you're going to go around and fold and push down, fold. So if you ever see a recipe that says fold in the egg whites, this is what it means. You're actually kind of folding it over itself. You just don't want to beat them because you're beating down your egg whites you just spent the time beating up. And it takes a bit to get them incorporated because they're two different mediums, so to speak.
Yeah.
So when you start seeing the color just getting to be a pale yellow, that means everything's incorporated.
You know, I learn best by watching.
Me too.
Yeah. This is so great.
I'm very much a visual learner.
Me too. Let's talk about this.
This is an Aebleskiver pan, sometimes called a monk's pan. I'm not sure why. And this is well used. It used to be a lot shinier, but it's very well used. And this is the only pan that you want to use for Aebleskiver because it's the only pan that works for them. I mean, you could put these on a grill and make pancakes, but that's just not the same.
It's not the same.
No. So we're going to spray each one just a little.
Where do you get one of these pans?
I got this one in Solvang.
Oh, okay.
It's Danish cookware. It's made in Denmark. And then you just take a brush, just kind of whisk it around like that. I love these silicone brushes. I find them at Aldi a lot of times. So that's done. And I've got my butter ready to butter my pan. And I've got 2 pokey things. Now these are going to be to flip them, and this is when the extra skill comes in that you wouldn't know about unless you had watched a Danish woman do it and show you how.
Oh, wow.
So you get my pan heated up, and this is cast iron, so it's going to take a little bit of heating up.
Did your mother-in-law teach you this?
I think I watched her once. She didn't cook an awful lot in her later years, but I think I watched her do this one time, and she just gave me some tricks. You know, she used to use an old knitting needle for her turner. Now I also use my cake tester. Either one will work. This is an ice pick. That'll work too. You know, whatever works, right?
Any pointy thing.
That's right. Yeah. Anything that you can.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a little bit of butter in each one, just like a little bitty amount.
Is Dennis excited to get these today? A little taste of.
Oh yeah, because I usually only make them on New Year's Day.
Oh, do you really?
Yep, every New Year's morning I make them. So
I picked a traditional dish you make on a holiday.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Wow.
I do, you know, and I made them the whole time my kids were growing up, so they know. And my son, he bought an Aebleskiver pan when they moved to Hawaii, and he was planning on having an Aebleskiver stand at their weekly farmers market.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Because in Hawaii, they really have no idea what these are.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that, I think he did it a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Also, one of your Tupperware things?
This?
That it's in?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's very old. Very old. I was a Tupperware dealer. So I still have a lot of the original stuff.
I love that.
Okay, I'm watching the butter. It's kind of starting to bubble a little bit. Sometimes the first ones are kind of like
a first pancake.
Yep.
It's
yep.
never
Sometimes
perfect.
they don't cooperate.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so
you
weird how
kind of
that
try
happens.
one. I know, because the pans. We'll try one out. You fill the pan about each little cup, about 1/2 to 3/4 full.
Okay.
That's not quite ready yet. I'll turn this up a little bit. Because with the egg whites and the baking powder that's in the Bisquick, it'll start to
rise up.
Mm-hmm. But see, it's
Does
loose. It's kind of loose.
Does it kind of bubble like a pancake?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Once it gets warmed up. See, it's starting to sizzle around the edges.
Gosh, Jerry, if people love this, I might be doing Cooking with Jerrianne episodes.
This is only the beginning.
People love cooking, you know that.
Yep. Especially people that haven't grown up watching their mom cook, or they don't really know how to cook. You only fill these about 3/4 full. If they've never really, that's a little too full. If they never really have watched their mom cook or learned how to cook growing up, my mom let us have run of the kitchen. She was like, just don't make a mess and don't burn the house down,
Oh my God.
Let's see if this guy's ready to turn yet. Nope. Boy, these guys are stubborn this morning. It's too cold. They don't want to come out.
It is a little cold. Yeah, and that's why you wrote your cookbooks, right? For your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote the first one for my daughter-in-law, Mara, for her wedding shower. And so I typed up all the recipes in my recipe box, and I gave it to her as a shower gift. And she took it home that day, and my son was looking at all the gifts, and he called me, "Mom, I remember all of these, especially the coffee cake, the streusel coffee cake." And he remembered all this. I think this guy's about ready to turn. Okay, we're going to turn and dump out the insides and just lay it up on its side like that.
Oh, wow.
These are not quite,
So that's-
boy, they're not browning up very good. Oh, I'm going to turn it up. So you kind of turn it up, and you empty out the half.
Whoa.
Let that, oops, come on now, stand up. This is where the learning the right way to do it comes in.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one has started to cook in the middle there. So now I'm going to get it from the back here and just flip it over into so the rest of it empties
So that's
out.
how they come together in somewhat of a
Yes.
ball.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, they're starting to get brown. Good. The next batch will look better.
Okay.
Okay, and then I let them do that for just a little bit until they cook. It's like turning the pancake.
Mm-hmm.
And then you flip them over again sometimes, like these. The pan wasn't quite ready.
Mm-hmm.
So you flip them over again. So they get nice and done. And see, you can kind of see the inside. They kind of just, see how you can just kind of see the inside of them. This one didn't close up, but
Okay.
I'm going to flip it over again. You normally don't have to keep flipping them, but the pan wasn't quite ready, so you make sure your pan's always ready.
Mm-hmm. Is there a way to know if it's ready?
You just have to try one out.
Okay.
It's kind of stubborn sometimes.
Okay.
That's the easiest way. And then while they're warm,
Powdered sugar.
We
Oh my
dust-
gosh.
we
Is
dust-
this another Tupperware situation?
yes, oh, of course, absolutely.
I love it.
Can't get these anymore, I don't think.
No.
Okay, now let's turn this down just a tad. It's already buttered, so we're gonna do another one. Oops, where'd I put that?
Yeah.
I cut them in half.
Is that how you did it as a kid?
Mm-hmm. Just depends on how big they are.
And you put that in the middle.
Well, just on the fork with the thing.
Is that good? Yum.
That's it.
I'm gonna have my cookbook signed by the author. And I will try to link these in my YouTube. See if I can figure that out.
Yeah. Not that Amazon's giving me any money for them. I don't know what that's about.
I just finished making the Danish desserts or breakfast, whatever you want to call it, with Jerrianne, and I was supposed to go straight home to edit. And then I remembered that the Whittier guy talked about pick and save, and I had to come find it. And it's not at all like what I remember, but the sign was reminiscent. And then as I went through, oh my gosh, I was freaking out because I saw the cookbook that Firstborn special ordered me from New Orleans at the Mediterranean restaurant we ate at, and we made pita out of this cookbook, and here it was, of all places, at Pick and Save. Then I found this fold-up picnic table, and my friend has one, and she takes them to outdoor concerts, and I thought, oh my gosh, when I saw hers, I was like, where did you get this? And she had had it for years, and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen because it folds up and goes in a bag with a handle, and so you could take it to the beach, and it keeps your food off the sand, or you could go to your, a outdoor market, any place, and just use this table. I'm so excited about it. I got this, don't really need this, but it's glass and I really love it, and it fits in my cup holder. I don't want to forget this before I get home. Jerrianne sent me home pickles. Rich motorcycle man loves the pickles. He drinks the juice and everything. They're kosher, they're crispy, they're yummy. And gosh, if you all like Jerry's cooking today, it could be a thing. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It was fun. I had a fun day reminiscing. I got to see a lot of pictures and talk about history and talk about some of the trips they've been on, and it was a great day. Now I'm headed home to edit, and I had a great day with Jerrianne and a little spur of the moment outing. Thank you, Whittier guy, for mentioning Pick and Save.